Nice job, bro.
Hey, so how was your date with Esther last night?
Esther the molester. Took her to the dude drop. I fucked her for 2 hours straight.
Sweet.
Do you want to go hang out for a bit?
Yeah, sure. I'm expecting a call from a buyer. I got a bunch of shit I need to unload.
Party at your place tonight.
Now we party for the last 3 nights.
Your dad's home in a couple days. Let's get the most out of it.
All right. Oh, shit. I have to go.
You're gonna leave me after we just met?
Sorry, but business comes first. Hey, man.
Hey, you got the weed in the jib?
You got the cash?
You're under arrest for trafficking, motherfucker.
I'd like to speak to my father. His name is Dr. Shane Goldblatt. What do you mean he's not at the hotel? I'm in fucking jail, bitch. Fuck you.
I do not appreciate the fucking fact that you know you got somebody fucking holding my son in that mall and shit. No. You tell that fucking woman not to have my kid in no fucking mall, okay? I'm not having no bullshit, and you and your bullshit have got to go. I don't want my fucking kid in no fucking mall like he's for show. And if I ever see that shit again, it ain't gonna be happy shit. Fuck, you think that my fucking kid is some show for everybody? Nah. Yous better stop that shit now, eh?
Watch out, asshole.
What'd you say to me? Know who I am? Name's Jelly Bean. And you better watch how you speak to me. I'll put a cap in your ass.
Hello?
Hello, Dad? I'm in jail.
Yeah, I heard. You had quite the time while I was gone. The police called me after they arrested you. I had your mother's sister check on the house.
That bimbo is not my fucking mother.
Sorry, stepmother. Your friends left drugs in my home. Did I raise you to be a drug dealer?
Look, I'm sorry.
Sorry's not gonna cut it this time.
When are you gonna come bail me out? I'm getting beat up in here. Are you gonna retain Swartz again?
I'm not gonna help you this time.
What?
I've bailed you out of jail 3 times in the last year.
Just one more time, I promise.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to deal with this on your own. Maybe some time in jail will teach you a lesson.
Look, the duty council said they're asking for 12 months custody.
I'm sorry, Ronnie.
You're gonna leave your own son in jail.
I'm not gonna help you this time.
Fuck you. I hate you. You're the worst fucking father. You never did anything for me. Hello, Grandma? It's your grandson, Ronnie. Your grandson, Ronnie? I'm in jail. Do you think you could come bail me out? Grandma? Hello? Hello?
Herschel's. This is Herschel.
Hi, my name's Goldberg. I'm the duty council lawyer at the criminal court downtown. I'm calling about your nephew, Ronnie.
Who?
Your nephew, Ronnie Goldblatt? He's in jail right now. He's been charged with trafficking marijuana and methamphetamine.
Oy vey.
He needs somewhere to stay and someone to supervise him. Are you able to bail him out?
So why are you calling me? You should be talking with his father.
His father doesn't want to bail him out again. He's already bailed him out 3 times before.
And what if I don't?
Well, if he doesn't get bail, he's looking at being in custody for a few months before his trial. Are you able to come and bail him out?
Mr. Lawyer, I will have to think about it.
Hey, fuckhead, how's your eye? Hey, you want some more, bitch?
What are you in for?
Selling jib and marijuana. What about you?
Threw an Xbox at my mother.
Jesus, why would you do that?
I was pissed. She went out, didn't come back and bring me any McDonald's hamburgers. Shit, man.
What's the matter?
Oh, I feel faint. Low blood sugar. I'm a diabetic.
Man, you should tell the guards.
I did. The cocksucker didn't believe me.
Here, man, take this. I saved it from lunch in case I was hungry.
Thanks, Ronnie.
This is Charles Smith, Your Honor. The Crown is opposed to his release on the secondary ground.
What's he in for?
According to the prosecutor's information sheet, he was drinking and became angry when his mother came home from work and didn't bring him any McDonald's hamburgers. He then threw the Xbox game console at her, hitting her in the face. She had to go to the hospital and receive 12 stitches.
These are serious allegations.
It's because of my drinking, Your Honor. I have to control my drinking.
Your mother works hard for you to provide for you. And you show your gratitude by throwing your Xbox in her face because she didn't bring you home any hamburgers?
Your Honor, Mr. Smith doesn't have anyone to bail him out here today. I'm suggesting we adjourn this matter till tomorrow when his surety will be present.
I can't wait until tomorrow. Please, Your Honor. I can't stay in jail. I know I did something bad, but I won't drink anymore.
Well, you won't be able to drink in jail, will you?
I'd like to go for bail today, on my own.
Are you sure you want to do that? Most prisoners think they know about bail, but they know nothing. Everything they think they know is from American television. Most people who go for bail on their own do not succeed and get detained. Are you sure you want to go on your own today? That's what I thought. We will see you tomorrow, Mr. Smith. You can have your bail hearing then. Next case.
This is the matter of Ronnie Goldblatt. He is charged with trafficking meth and marijuana. The Crown is opposed to his release on a secondary ground. He was on release for B&E charges. He does have a previous conviction for trafficking.
What do you have to say, Mr. Goldblatt?
I gotta get out of jail. I'm getting beat up in there.
That's what happens when you go to jail. You get socked in the eye.
Your Honor, unfortunately, Mr. Goldblatt doesn't have a surety here today, so...
It sounds like Mr. Goldblatt may need a miracle to get released. Hello, sir. Who are you?
I'm Herschel Goldblatt. I'm here for my nephew, Ronnie Goldblatt.
Are you here to propose yourself as a surety for Mr. Goldblatt?
Yes.
Your Honor, we wish to proceed with a show cause hearing.
Since you're an observant, you can keep on your hat.
Thank you, Judge.
What are the allegations?
Mr. Goldblatt met with an undercover officer. The officer purchased 10 grams of meth and 20 grams of marijuana from Mr. Goldblatt. Mr. Goldblatt was currently on release for break and enter charges. He also has a prior conviction for trafficking. I wish to file his youth record with the court. The Crown is opposed to his release on the secondary ground. There's a substantial likelihood if he is released, he'll commit another serious offense which would result in endangerment to the public.
Mr. Goldberg.
Your Honor, in this case, the public safety concerns are alleviated by the strong bail plan. Mr. Goldblatt will be residing with his uncle Herschel Goldblatt. He resides in an Orthodox community. There he'll be cut off from his negative influences. He'll be supervised by Mr. Herschel Goldblatt. He'll be going to school there, and also after school he'll be working at Mr. Herschel Goldblatt's restaurant. In the circumstances, I believe that would alleviate the concerns under the secondary ground.
Before the court is a young male, Mr. Goldblatt, who is a regular customer. He was on release conditions for another serious offense at the time of his arrest, and these are serious offenses. However, his uncle is willing to take him and be responsible for him. He will be cut off from his negative peers and work in his uncle's restaurant. I am satisfied that any public safety concerns will be alleviated under the care of his uncle. Mr. Goldblatt, I'm going to release you to your uncle under strict conditions.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are to obey the rules of your uncle's house. If you give him any trouble, you'll be back in jail very fast, and you will sit there until your trial or plea, because I'm not giving you another chance. I'm giving you a break here. There will not be another one. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ronnie? Up the stairs, first room on the right. It's my son Shoreland's room. He's away at yeshiva in New York. You can use his room. So, Sarah, move.
Go wash and get ready for dinner. You're over an hour late.
But did you set another place at the table for Ronnie?
I don't know why you have to invite that Skutzman to our home. You haven't spoken to your brother in 10 years. Let him and the Cheek's the wife take care of him.
Sarah, listen to me. God chose us to do a mitzvah. And that's the way it's going to be. With God, there's no democracy. So we'll set another place at the table, and we'll have no more talk about this. Okay? You can wear Sholom's clothes. They should fit. You're about the same size. So, get out of your circus clothes and then come downstairs for dinner.
What do you mean circus clothes? These clothes are dope.
Dope? You're a dope. Listen to me. The sheriff said I could make the rules while you're here. So, beginning tomorrow, you will not shave. You will wear proper clothes. Every day you will go to yeshiva. After, you will come to the restaurant and work. If you break any of these rules, I will call the police and we will revoke your bail. Verstehen? Do you understand?
Yes.
And you will only eat kosher food.
What, no bacon cheeseburgers?
Absolutely not.
Hey, where's the television?
We have no television.
What? Why not?
Because it's full of crap.
What the hell am I supposed to do at night? Jerk off?
Look over there, Rud. Rows and rows. Books. Try reading one. Get dressed, come down for dinner. Baruch Hashem, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Amen. Baruch Hashem Eloheinu melech haolam, hamoitzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Hey, who's that fogey guy in that picture there?
That's the head rabbi of our shul. He's coming to visit us in a few months. If you're lucky, you'll get to meet him. Good morning, Rabbi Schwartzman.
Guten Morgen. Morgen. Was machst du?
Alles is good. Sehr
Ja.
good.
Good.
Rabbi, this is my nephew, Ronnie. He's staying with me for a few months. He wants to study at the yeshiva.
Good. Good. So, are you staying for the service?
Nein, ich kann nicht. I have a delivery at the restaurant. I have to be there. Ronnie, I'll pick you up after school. If he gives you any trouble,
I'll throw him in the mikveh.
And turn off the lights.
Yeah.
Shalom Aleichem.
So, do you have a Jewish name?
Just Ronnie.
What kind of a name is Ronnie? Sounds like the name for a goy.
I don't know. My mom gave it to me, I think. She died of cancer when I was 11.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. There's a lot of sorrow and tragedy in the world. That's the way God wants it. It's not for us to question His plan. We'll put you in English class. I'll pair you up with another student. He can help you.
Ronnie, put that on. Come here. Give a kick. Take a look. Herschel's wins the Shalom Awards. Best Falafel 2011, 2013. Best Knish 2011, 2014.
Great.
We have high standards here at Herschel's. A man needs to take pride in his work. A man needs to work hard to support his wife and his children.
You know, maybe that's how it used to be, but all the women work for themselves now and they make their own money. And then when they make lots of money, they want a boy toy.
Is that what you want to be, a toy boy?
Well, it depends on how hot the woman is.
Oh, okay, enough bullshit. Come on, you're driving my car. Let's get back to work.
Hi, I'd like to find out when my son's next court date is. I want to bail him out. Ronnie Goldblatt.
Just a moment, let me check, please. He was already bailed out by a Herschel Goldblatt.
Shane? Mein Bruder? What brings a Kanaka like you into my restaurant? Ah, you have a schmeckel for one of my famous falafels, huh?
What are you doing with my son?
I'm his surety. I bailed him out of jail.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm doing a mitzvah. If you went to shul once in a while, you would understand.
You know, keep your mitzvahs to yourself. I wanted Ronnie to sit in jail for a while to learn his lesson.
Listen to me. I didn't go looking for your son. To get back at you? He's your son. You want to take over? Go ahead.
You have no idea what you've gotten yourself into. I hope he burns down your fucking restaurant.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry. You have such a crazy, forgotten temper. Good you're leaving. Go.
So, how come you and my father don't speak to each other?
This is out of bounds. We can talk about this later.
You know, my father never goes to synagogue. Why do you think that is?
They say that when a bris doesn't go well, they will have less interest in going to shul.
Oh, what's a bris?
A circumcision.
You mean there's something wrong with my dad's dick?
No, I don't know. It's just a saying. Let's go. Yeah, oh, go ahead. Russian Rebbe, Rabbi Schwartzman. There was this beggar. He goes up to Mr. Rothschild, the richest man in the country, to beg from him. Mr. Rothschild criticized the beggar. He criticized him. He said, "You're not doing it right." The beggar turns back. He says, "Listen, I don't tell you how to run your business. You don't tell me how to run my business." Ronnie doesn't get it.
Hey.
Another joke. I have to think. Two Jewish guys walking on the street, passing by a church. Big sign says, "Get converted. Get $25. Yosef turns to Moishe. He says, "I think I'm going to go inside. I want to get $25. Moishe says, "How could you? How could you think such a thing? The Holocaust, anti-Semitism, your culture, 3,000 years history." Yosef turns back. He says, "I'm just going to go in 10, 15 minutes, get $25. Wait for me." A few minutes pass. Yosef comes back out. So Moishe goes, "So, no, did you get the $25? Yosef says, "What is it with you people? All you ever talk about is money." Good. Hey. Simmen tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, and mazel tov, and simmen tov, Simmen tov and mazel tov and simmen tov and mazel tov. Yehelanu, 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 O lechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, O lechol Yisrael. One more time. Simmen tov and mazel tov and simmen tov and mazel tov and simmen tov and mazel tov and simmen tov. Yehelanu. Merit Hashem, the Russian Rebbe should live to 120. Amen.
Amen.
Shkoyach.
Shkoyach.
I thought I told you not to drink during the week.
We're at a Farbregen for the Russian rabbi.
Oh, the Russian rabbi. Oh, well, you can tell him to go back to Russia.
Haklish mir kein Scheinig. We had a couple of drinks, that's it.
Go to bed. You have to get up early for work tomorrow.
Listen, you. I've worked hard 20 years to support you and the children. Maybe you should work for me for a change.
I have worked for you every day since we've been married. Any other woman would have murdered you by now.
We'll see you in the morning, okay?
Okay.
Oh, I don't need help. It's okay.
What's going on?
It's time for your bris.
My bris?
We're waiting for the moil. He's been studying in Japan. That must be him.
No. No.
So, what did you think about that discussion about the Rambam?
Hey, why aren't there any girls here?
Because they go to the girls' school across the street.
Well, when do I get to meet them?
When you are ready to get engaged.
Since when did the yeshiva start accepting goys?
He's not a goy, he's a Jew.
Yeah, I'm circumcised. You want to see?
No thanks. I'm about to eat.
Yeah, nice meeting you. Who is that?
Saul Rudinsky.
He seems like a dick.
His family owns Rudinsky Properties, which is the largest leasing company in the city.
So he basically thinks he owns this place because of his family's money?
Yeah, because he pretty much does.
Ronnie, that's a delivery for Rabbi Schwartzman. His house is just around the corner from the shul.
All right.
And it's on the house.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, don't take too long. It's busy tonight.
Hello? I have a delivery for the rabbi.
That's my father. Have I seen you before?
I don't think so. I'd remember a pretty girl like you. I just started at the yeshiva a few weeks ago. I'm just living with my Uncle Herschel. So, where do you go to school?
I'm across the street. At the girls' school?
Is that the food from Herschel's?
Yes, Father.
Bring it in, I'm starved.
I have to go. Thanks.
Hello, Goldberg here.
Hello, Mr. Goldberg? It's Ronnie speaking?
Oh, hey, Ronnie, I was just reviewing your case.
Yeah, so how's my case looking?
The situation is we have one police officer who's a witness. I don't see any entrapment issues. I think we're looking at a guilty plea here.
Shit. How much time am I looking at?
The Crown's looking for 1 year close custody. It's a stretch, but we might be able to get a non-jail sentence. You've been doing well, you've been staying out of trouble, you're working, going to school. I'd also like to see you do some volunteer work.
I'm doing good here. I'm going to school and working and everything.
Yeah, I know you've been doing well, but if you want to get a non-jail sentence, we're going to have to butter up the judge.
Yeah, okay.
Oh shoot, I gotta get going. I got a sexual assault trial starting in half an hour. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah, okay.
Are you excited about your wedding?
Yes. I want to have as many children as possible, God willing.
Have you been to Herschel's lately?
I was there a few days ago with my mother.
What did you think of the new guy?
Which new guy?
Goldblatt's nephew?
Yeah, I saw him. He seems different.
He asked me out on a date.
You're not supposed to be arranging dates on your own.
At first I thought he was weird. But now I think he's really cute. I like listening to him talk. He makes me laugh.
I heard he's not really from our shul, that he's staying with his uncle while his parents are away. I think he got into some trouble, but I don't know the whole story.
I wonder what it would be like. To go out with him?
You're almost ready to be married. You shouldn't be thinking about boys who wouldn't make a good shidduch.
You're probably right. I probably shouldn't see him again. After this, we should go somewhere quiet, to be alone.
Hello, welcome to Dudorapin. What do you need?
I'd like a room, please.
How many hours?
I'd like a whole night.
Whole night. Whole night's $100. $50 deposit. No, cash. Cash. Alright. Check out, 10 a.m. Alright, no screaming, no coming on furniture. Alright? You dirty up room, it's big trouble. I charge you extra, understand?
Got it.
Alright. You have fun. Good night, my friend.
How did you find this place?
My friends used to come here from school to do it. They don't check ID.
What do you want to do? We can fool around and go to third base, but we can't go all the way. I'm saving that for when I get married.
Okay. I thought you didn't want to go all the way and you were waiting until you got married.
I guess I got caught up in the moment. It's late. I gotta get going. I told my mother I was staying over at Rachel's and that I'd be back in the morning for breakfast. Let's meet again next week. Same time and place?
Sure. You think you can get away again?
I'll tell my parents I'm staying at Rachel's. I stay over there all the time. What about you? Can you get away from your Uncle Herschel?
No problem. I can get away from him. He's not that smart. So I just put a batch of knishes in the oven. Is there anything else you need me to do?
Not at the moment. You seem to be in a good mood.
Yeah, I was just studying Torah last night with Joshua.
Really? I'm impressed.
Hey, do you think I could stay over at his place Saturday nights so we could study together?
If it's okay with his parents, why not?
Cool.
Huh? Hey!
I missed you this week.
I missed you too. I don't think I've ever said that to a girl before.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I heard you got into some trouble, and that's why you're staying with your uncle. Is that true?
I'm worried if I tell you, you won't want to see me again.
You can tell me.
I was arrested for selling drugs. My Uncle Herschel bailed me out. That's why I'm staying with him.
Why were you doing that? Were you short of money?
No. My dad's a surgeon. We're well off.
Then why?
To fit in and be cool, I guess.
How can it be cool to do something that's illegal and harmful to people?
Everyone uses anyways. If they didn't get it from me, they'd get it somewhere else.
That doesn't make it right.
You're right.
Do you ever think about what you want to do after school?
Well, I thought about getting into the television business.
And how do you plan on doing that? I heard it's hard to get into that business.
Well, I have some ideas for some shows and movies.
What's one idea?
Well, I wanted to do a prequel to the Golden Girls. You know, when they were young and hot and roommates in college, and I'd call it Undergrad Girls.
I don't know if you can make a living at that. I think you should do something more practical.
Like what?
Like a profession, like a doctor or a lawyer.
I don't think so. I was never really good at school. I always got C's. My family would always say, well, I guess he didn't get the smarts from his father. Eventually, I just gave up.
You have to keep trying. You can't just give up. Lots of successful people weren't good at school when they were younger.
You're right. I should try harder.
You should.
Hey, Goy.
You talking to me?
I heard someone saw you with Rebecca Schwartzman at the Lithuanian Ballet.
Yeah, what of it?
Dates are arranged through family here. Either follow the rules, or go back to where you came from.
Get out of my face, man.
What are you gonna do about it?
My guns! Break up my guns!
Come in!
Hello, Mrs. Rosenberg. I've been assigned to you by the Buddy Program.
What's Buddy Program? Are you my grandson?
No. The Buddy Program is to provide elderly men and women with company.
Is it time for supper?
It's only 3 p.m. Dinner's not until 5 p.m.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forget. You know what they say? You get old, you get cold. Is that chair good?
Oh, yes. So how are you doing today, Mrs. Rosenberg?
How am I doing? I'm doing nothing. All I do every day is sit and stare at the walls.
Well, I like your pictures. It looks like you have a very nice family. How many children do you have?
Oh, I have 3 sons.
Oh, well, that's nice.
They never come to visit me. How come one mother can look after 3 children, but 3 children can't take care of one mother?
What do they do?
Oh, they're all dentists. They make a good living.
Well, you must have good dental care.
One son is a specialist. He makes lots of money. He's got 3 children. You know, when he was younger, he told me he wanted to be an architect. I said, architect, schmarchitect. Look at your brothers. They're all dentists. They make a good living. So he changed his mind. Now he tells me he's glad he listened to me. So what do you do?
I'm in grade 11.
Oh, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not really good at school.
Why not?
It's too hard.
Hard, smart, what's easy? Everything in this life is hard. You gotta work hard to get a good profession so you can be a mensch.
What do you need, my friend? Whatever you need, no problem.
Have you seen a young girl walking around here lately?
You want a young girl? I know a young girl. It's a Russian girl. $80. She come here, she suck your cock real good for you.
No.
Real good.
I'm looking for my girlfriend.
You want girlfriend? That's girlfriend. You boyfriend, she girlfriend. It's $80. That.
Hey, Rachel, wait up. Have you seen Rebecca? I haven't seen her in over a week. I'm starting to get worried about her.
I probably shouldn't tell you anything.
What? Please, just tell me what happened.
Rebecca said her parents found out about you and her and forbid her to see you. They said she's not allowed outside the house on her own.
How did they find out?
I don't know, that's all she told me. Sorry I'm late, I have to go.
So, what brings you here, Ronnie?
I want to talk to you about your daughter, Rebecca.
I see.
I want to ask you for your blessing for us to marry.
Well, this certainly is a surprise.
I've learned a lot these past few months, and I can learn a whole lot more. I want to stay with the community. Maybe even take over my uncle's restaurant someday.
Well, I believe you're a serious man, Ronnie, but I don't believe this match is going to be possible.
Why not?
My daughter is 7th generation from our shul, from the time of the first head rabbi. She must marry someone whose family has been in a shul for at least as long.
That hardly seems fair.
Well, there is another problem.
What's that?
She's already married.
What? What do you mean?
She said she was in love, wanted to marry as soon as possible. I was surprised. She'd been out with him a couple times a few months ago, but I didn't think she was serious. Who understands women, right? They've already moved to New York. Her husband is here packing a few things. I believe you know her husband. Saul? Come in here.
Ah, my Yingle nephew is a little verblunged. Would you like to talk?
No.
Are you sure?
Sure. For the first time in my life, I'm in love. Then it gets taken away from me.
Love. A great sage once said, a little taste of honey can be worse than none at all.
Who said that? Rabbi Akiva?
Little Richard.
I'm gonna drive a car through the Swartman's front window.
Don't be Meshuggah. You're going to end up back in jail. What benefit would that bring you? Let me tell you a story. This Jewish guy bought a parrot that was very special. He took it home, he taught it to sing and pray in Hebrew. Then he took the parrot to shul. To all his friends, he said, "Who wants to bet my parrot could sing and pray in Hebrew?" All his friends laughed. That parrot can't sing and pray. And they bet him. He turns to the parrot. "Sing and pray." Nothing happened. 3 times he asked. Nothing. All his friends laughed. Parrot can't sing and pray. And they took his money. He took the parrot home. He was so angry. How could you do such a thing? You sing and pray around the house all the time. But now when the time is important and there's money on the line, you do nothing. The parrot looked back, said, "Don't worry. We'll get him back next week. At double the odds."
What's the point of that story?
Sometimes things seem bad at first, but turns out best in the long run. You just have to have faith in God's plan. I always wanted to tell that story.
Tell me why you and my father don't speak to each other.
You know, when I was younger, I was a lot like you.
You were like me.
Yeah, I was in university. It was the 60s. I was hip. I was very popular. I used to do a lot of drugs, too. Mostly pot and psilocybin.
What's psilocybin?
You don't know. Magic mushrooms. But after I got married and had children, I realized all the hundreds of sexual encounters I had, they were meaningless. But your brother, he was the smart one. Your grandparents, your boobies 80, were always telling me, "Herschel, why can't you be more like your brother Shane? He's going to be a doctor."
So what happened?
I was in university. I was a bad student. I was always going to parties. One day after school, your grandmother said, "Your grandfather's having chest pains. Take him to the doctor." I had a party to go to. I said, "Let Shane take him. He's in medical school." So I left. Your grandfather passed away from a heart attack before Shane showed up. I was so guilty. I left home. I went to New York. I entered yeshiva, and soon after I got married.
So that's why you and my father don't get along?
No. After your mother died, your father planned to remarry.
You mean the bimbo Stephanie?
Your grandmother was against it because she wasn't Jewish. I had just graduated from yeshiva, so I took her side. We refused to go to the wedding. Shane didn't talk to your grandmother ever again. She passed away a few years later. I barely spoke to him, and I hadn't seen him for nearly 10 years until you turned up.
You know, it seems kind of stupid not to talk to your own brother because of something that happened 10 years ago.
Yeah, maybe.
Your Honor, This is Mr. Bardasian. He is charged with causing a disturbance. On April 11th, 2008, police were called regarding a male who was drunk and yelling obscenities. He was yelling, "The world is fucking bullshit, only the assholes and ass kissers get anything." He kept repeating the same phrase. When police arrived, they found Mr. Bardasian passed out by the garage door. He's already been 3 days in jail. The Crown is asking for time served.
Mr. Goldberg.
I would agree that the Crown's proposal for sentencing is appropriate.
Mr. Bardasian, I'm not going to ask you to stop drinking because I know you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Isn't that right? But I don't like people like you getting drunk and sleeping on the streets. Sometimes when I'm with my son, we see people like you sleeping downtown on the streets. It's embarrassing. I don't know what to tell my son when he's with me. He says, "Dad, why is that man sleeping on the street?" And I say, "Well, son, I guess things just didn't work out for him." If you're going to drink, do like the hobos used to. Go out to the forest. What's next? You know, it's a shame. If Mr. Bardasian was a young woman and attractive and living in Hollywood, they'd make a television show about him. Living with a Bardasian. I guess the world just isn't fair. Next case.
Oh, Your Honor, we have the matter of Jamie McPhee. Miss McPhee is charged with uttering threats and criminal harassment.
What is this about?
Miss McPhee sent threatening messages to the victim on her Facebook page. She was angry because the victim stole her boyfriend.
Does the court really need to get involved with teenage girls' disputes over boyfriends?
It's a little more serious than that, Your Honor. I'll read you the message she sent her. She wrote, "Keep your ugly fat ass away from my man. If I see you talking to him again, I'll cut you up. Watch yo ass bitch."
Where does a 16-year-old learn that type of language?
I don't know, Your Honor.
It's probably from those stupid rap videos. Any record?
No. The Crown is seeking 1 year probation, some community service work, and counseling for bullying.
Mr. Goldberg?
The defense concurs.
Okay, 1 year's probation, 50 hours of community service work, and counseling for bullying. Check in with the probation office today.
How do I find it?
The clerk will give you the address.
Do you have a map?
No, I don't have a map. How about we paint little yellow footprints on the street for you? Would that help? Wait in the hallway for your paperwork. What's next?
Your Honor, we have the matter of Ronnie Goldblatt.
Yes. Mr. Goldblatt, will you please stand? Mr. Goldblatt has entered guilty pleas. Arguments have been made. This matter was adjourned for a pre-sentence report. The report is rather positive. The probation officer interviewed Mr. Goldblatt's uncle, Herschel Goldblatt. He said that Ronnie worked in his restaurant 6 days a week and was a good worker. He said that Ronnie obeyed all the rules of his home and attended school every day. The principal of the school, a Rabbi Schwartzman, said that Ronnie's schoolwork improved significantly over the last few months, and he's proud of the improvements that he's made. The probation officer also interviewed a Mrs. Rosenberg, who Ronnie would visit at the seniors' home as a volunteer as part of a buddy program. Mrs. Rosenberg says she's grateful for the time that Ronnie spent with her. She thinks he's a mensch, and she does not want to see him go to jail. Despite Mr. Goldblatt's poor criminal youth record, and despite the fact that he would normally be looking at a youth custody sentence, due to the great improvements that he made while on release with his uncle, Herschel Goldblatt, I will be sentencing Mr. Goldblatt to a 6 months deferred custody order, followed by 1 year probation, so he can stay in the community and continue the good progress that he's been making. I feel that Mr. Goldblatt has turned a corner, and he's not going to return to his former lifestyle.
How about a falafel?
That can be arranged.
No, I heard what you told Ronnie. You're wrong. A Taste of Honey was not Little Richard. Smokey Robinson. From the single, I second that emotion. Smokey and the Miracles.
Shane, you always had a better memory than me. That's why you're a big shot doctor, and I'm not. So, why are you here?
I came to thank you for helping with Ronnie. He's been doing very well since he came back from your home.
I'm glad to hear it.
Since he got back, he hasn't gotten into any trouble. He's doing his schoolwork. He says he wants to make a fresh start. And he's doing well in school, too. He got 2 A's last semester. Says he wants to be a criminal lawyer. Said he wants to use his experience in the criminal justice system to help people.
I'm glad things are going well. But you know, he should go to yeshiva. He could have a fantastic life. Not
be like me. You know, you people are so pious. Your rabbi's daughter dumps Ronnie to run off and marry some millionaire's son that she barely knows.
Listen, if you're going to insult my shul and my friends, get out of my restaurant.
I just came here to give you a simple thank you, but you can't take your head out of your ass for more than 2 minutes.
I don't need any thanks from you. I was doing a mitzvah.
You haven't changed a bit in 10 years.
And you're still a horrible man. You have a lousy temper.
Man, I got a tip that these people are away for a couple days and they don't got any alarm. Heard that they got a bunch of expensive stereo and computer equipment and shit. Come on, let's break in and take some of that shit. Man, I know someone who can give us some cash, get some weed, some girls.
Man, I don't want to get in shit again.
Never stopped you before.
I gotta get up early tomorrow. I got tests to study for.
Don't be a fucking pussy.
I'm tired. I'm going home. Let go.
What the fuck happened to you? You're just a fucking pussy.
Who's that?
I don't know. I wasn't expecting anyone. Come on, go get the door.
Shalom. Shalom Aleichem. What's for dinner?